everyone, Coach Emma here from Degree Fitness. Today I'm going to walk you through a HIIT bootcamp workout. So HIIT stands for high intensity interval training. So you'll get a little bit of a taste of what we do during our workouts in this program. I have taken this workout straight from our monthly programming, so I can show you guys what bootcamp's all about and what you can expect if you were to come to a class. And yeah, so I'll walk you through a warm-up today, our workout, and then we have some extra credit work. Just to give you guys a little brief, this is my partner Matt of 6 years. So if you're wondering why we don't have our masks on, or possibly I might help him adjust his form, it's just because we live together. Otherwise, we would have our masks on. At Degree, we wear our masks anytime we're coaching. So just a little brief on that. Today, we're going to be doing a warm-up. We're going to do 2 rounds. So I'll show you an example of everything we're going to be doing, just like we were in class, and then we'll coach Matt through everything. So our first movement is our squat thrust for our warm-up. So for our squat thrust, it's like a short version of a burpee. So we're going to be coming down to the ground. We can jump out or we can step out. So when we come down to the ground, we can step out, and then we're going to jump in, stand up. So again, we're coming down to the ground, jump out, jump in, stand up. So Matt, if you want to do 5 squat thrusts for your warm-up. Perfect, so Matt is jumping in and out. And one more, perfect. So our next movement is gonna be our shin boxes. So to do a shin box, we're coming down to the ground, and we're gonna have both of our legs at a 90-degree angle. So one in front of us and one a bit behind us. And we're just gonna sit in this position, get a feeling for it. Once we're comfortable, we feel like we've had a good stretch, you can lean forward, get a bit more of a stretch in there. We're just gonna switch sides. So we're just switching side. We're gonna get a good rotation in our hips, and we're gonna do it 5 times on each side, so 10 total. So if you guys wanna follow along with Matt and do your 5 shin boxes. Perfect. Good, get a good stretch in there, getting a good rotation in those hips. Perfect. Very nice. So this is just going to get us warmed up for our workout, where we'll be doing some squatting, some hinging, and some cardio work. Just getting those legs and hips nice and warmed up. Perfect. Very nice. So then our next movement is going to be our upward to downward dog with a toe touch. So I'll show you guys what this is going to look like, and Matt. So we're coming down to the ground. We're going to come up. Sorry, I went right into forward dog. So we're going upward dog and then downward dog, and we're gonna walk our hands in. We're gonna go opposite hand to opposite foot. So we're getting in that toe touch. We're gonna walk back out, push up into upward dog. You can sit in this position for a second, get a good stretch in your lower back, pop up, and then toe touch, and you'll walk back out. So if you guys want to follow along with Matt, we'll do 5 of those. Perfect, get a nice stretch in that lower back, popping up, and then we'll touch our toes, opposite hand, opposite foot, walking back out, and then upward dog, and downward dog, and then we'll do our toe touch. Perfect, so we'll do that 3 more times. Very nice, just feeling a good stretch in our back, our arms, letting our bodies warm up. Very nice. And then we'll get 1 more in there. Perfect, so we're going to do all of that 1 more time. So we'll do our 5 squat thrusts again, okay. Then our 5 shin boxes each side, and then 5 of our upward to downward dog with the toe touch. So if you want to go through all that 1 more time with Matt.
And
Perfect. Good, getting a good stretch. And again, if any of these movements don't work, remember we do have our alternatives. So with our squat thrust, we don't have to do a jumping out, we can do our step outs. With our shin boxes, if the rotation doesn't feel the best, we can just sit in that position, leaning forward, getting a good stretch in our thighs, and then just rotating slowly. So there is always an alternate movement to work best for you. And then whether upward to downward dog with a toe touch. Perfect. And just like in our warm-up, for our workout, there will also be alternatives. Say if you don't have any weight accessible to you at home, or maybe you have some aches and pains in your bodies, we'll have alternatives. So even when you come to class, you're virtual, you're in class at the gym, we have alternatives for you. So you are never on your own. You never have to ask. We will always have an alternative ready. So while Matt's finishing up his warm-up, and hopefully you guys are finishing up as well, I'll talk you through your workout. So today for the workout, Matt, we're going to be doing a 12-minute EMOM. An EMOM means every minute on the minute. So we're going to be doing this for 12 minutes, going through 3 different movements. So for minute 1, we're going to do 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. We're actually going to do this for every minute. But minute 1, we're going to be doing our goblet squats. So for a goblet squat, you can grab any weight around you. If you're not comfortable with weight, that's okay. We can do these just nice, easy air squats also. If you do have a weight, Matt, you can go ahead, pick a dumbbell for what weight you're thinking you'd like to use. And then I'll show you guys, if you're at home, you don't have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can grab a water jug, grab a case of pop, grab some kind of weighted thing from your cupboard that you can use for a goblet squat. So for our goblet squats, we're just going to be hinging at the hips, driving ourselves down. We want to come to about a 90-degree angle, and then we're going to drive ourselves back up through our feet. So again, pulling down, coming up. We want those knees to be coming over our toes and up. Focusing on keeping that chest nice and tall so we're not falling forward, we're keeping nice and tall. So if you guys at home and Matt want to do 5 of our goblet squats just to get them warmed up, or again, if you're doing it without weight, it is the exact same. So we're just doing an air squat. You're doing the exact same thing, we're just not holding a weight. Perfect. So Matt's going with his weight. You can see him coming down parallel or a little bit lower, whatever feels comfortable for you, just coming as low as you can. Also, if you do have trouble with your squats, coming down to a bench, a chair, a ball is perfectly fine too. So if we're doing that, I have a bench behind me, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's just the same thing, just touch and up, touch and up. So again, there are alternatives for everything. So in our workout, for the first minute, we're going to be doing 40 seconds of just goblet squats. So you don't have to count them. You just keep moving through that 40 seconds. And then we have built-in rest. So there's going to be 20 seconds rest. Moving into minute 2, we're going to be doing our kettlebell swings. So again, if you don't have weight at home, our alternative for our kettlebell swings today are going to be our sit-ups. I'll show you a sit-up, but first I'll show you a kettlebell swing. So our kettlebell is going to be on the floor. We're going to come into a deadlift position. We have our feet just a little outside of hips width apart. We're coming down, keeping that back nice and straight, and we're just picking up that kettlebell, making sure that we're also bracing our cores the entire time so we don't hurt our back. You're going to have a slight bend in the knees. We're going to hinge at the hips and thrust forward, hinging and thrusting forward. So you want to be pushing that kettlebell forward with that hinge of the hips. So you're not just pulling that kettlebell up. You should have the help and momentum of that hip thrust. So if we are not doing kettlebell swings, we're going to do our sit-up. For our sit-up, we're gonna come down to the floor. You're laying on your back. We can butterfly those legs out, so putting our feet together. And you're gonna come down. When we come up, I want you to make sure that you pull your upper body past that hip crease. Touching your toes, reaching forward, and then coming back down with control the entire time. So forward and back, just getting yourself past that hip crease and keeping control and tension in the abs the entire time. Matt, if you want to do 5 kettlebell swings, and everyone at home, do 5 kettlebell swings or 5 sit-ups just to get a good feeling for it. Pick a good weight. Perfect. As you can see, Matt has a great hinge in his hips. Very nice. Also, if we are at home, do not aim that kettlebell towards your computer screen, your window, a friend. Do not aim that weight at anybody, because worst case scenario, our hands slip. We do not want to be hitting someone with that weight. Also, we don't have a kettlebell at home. You can also do a kettlebell swing with a dumbbell. So just holding the head of the dumbbell, you're doing the same thing. Just that exact same movement. And then for our final movement, we're just gonna get some cardio in there. So for our cardio, we can do skipping, we can do jumping jacks, we can do skater jumps, whatever you choose. You're just gonna be doing that for the solid 40 seconds. So if we're doing our skipping, it's just our single skips. For jumping jacks, we're just jumping out, jumping in, out, and in. If we're doing our skater jumps, so our skater jumps, we're just jumping side to side. So this is just a little bit of a cardio movement built in there, getting that heart rate up. Matt, if you want to try 10 of your choice for your cardio movement, and everyone at home as well, try along with Matt. So if you want to do, we won't do skipping just because a low ceiling. If you want to do jumping jacks or skater jumps, just try 10 of your choice. And 10, perfect. All right, guys, we are going to get the timer going and we'll get ready with our EMOM. So I will let you guys know at the top of every minute when we're going to be starting, what movement we're going to be going into, and when to rest. All right, so we're going to be starting for our first minute with those goblet squats. So if you want to grab your weight, or if you're just doing an unweighted squat, that's great. So we'll go ahead in 3, 2, 1, and go. Perfect. Making sure we're keeping that chest nice and high. We don't want to be falling forward. And we're going to be going for 40 seconds. So while you guys are doing this, let's talk a little bit about the benefits of these movements. While we're doing our goblet squats, we're doing our kettlebell swings, and we're thinking about keeping that core brace. This can relate to everyday life when it comes to moving a couch. Say we're helping our friends move something, we're lifting something at work. Because we're bracing our core, we're avoiding injury. And we'll rest. So we're taking that 20 seconds rest. Yeah, so while we're doing this, we're helping ourselves with our everyday life. Just know how to avoid injuries. And as we're lifting things, most of us, I hope, are thinking about bracing that core, not lifting with our back, we're lifting with our legs. All right, guys, and you can go ahead with your kettlebell swings. Yeah, doing goblet squats really helps you learn how to do this properly. Adding on those kettlebell swings to get you bracing your core. Doing movements like this really helps us when it comes to everyday life and avoiding injury. Knowing how to move properly when it comes to lifting things is so important. And this is when we talk about functional fitness. So everything we do can relate into our everyday life almost. So if we're hoping to age gracefully, we want to be able to get ourselves on and off the toilet for the rest of our lives. These movements can help us with that. And rest. Awesome job, guys. So our next movement is our cardio piece. So we're gonna be doing our skipping, jumping jacks, or skater jumps at the top of the minute. So we got 5 seconds here, and 2, 1, go ahead with that cardio movement, guys. Awesome job, Matt. Everybody at home, you guys are doing great. Awesome job. Getting that heart rate up, getting lots of lower body movements in today. Great job. We have about 15 seconds left. And 10 seconds to go, guys. You got this. And we are our first round in. And rest. Awesome job, Matt. How are we feeling?
Good. How are you?
Feeling good? Awesome. Hope you guys are all feeling good at home. Once we got that first round in, still got some time to go. We'll get a little bit of rest in there. And then we're gonna start with our goblet squats. So we got 5 seconds left. And go ahead with those goblet squats, guys. They're a nice and controlled movement. Matt's doing a great job here of keeping his chest nice and high. Awesome job. So we've got about 15 seconds left. Just keep on moving through it, guys. You're doing awesome. We got 10 seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, so our next movement at the top of the minute is our kettlebell swings or our sit-ups. Getting in that ab work. Working on our hinging movements. We got 5 seconds. 2, 1, and go ahead. Awesome job. You guys can see Matt has a nice flat back here. He's not falling forward, letting that kettlebell control him. He is keeping that straight back. He is bracing his core, and he is hinging that weight up to eye level. Awesome job. We got 15 seconds to go. Keep moving through it, guys. Good. Really using a strong thrust to get that kettlebell up. And rest. All right, so our next movement is our cardio piece. So again, we got our skipping, jumping jacks, skater jumps. If you want to switch it up, go jumping jacks to skater jumps just to get a little bit of a variety in there. Go right ahead. The biggest, and go ahead. Go ahead, guys. The main part of this piece is that we're getting that heart rate up. We're getting a bit of cardio in there. Awesome job, Matt. Very nice. You guys are all doing great at home. Just keep moving through it. We got 10 seconds left of this round. And we got 5 seconds to go. And rest. Awesome job. If you want to take a sip of water during this rest, go right ahead. Shake those legs out. We're doing lots of leg movements. We got 10 seconds to go, and then we're going to move back into our goblet squats. And go ahead. Awesome job, Matt. Doing really good. Nice solid movements. Just realized you guys couldn't really see me over there. Awesome job. Just keep moving through it, guys. We're almost there. We are over halfway through also. As a boot camp crew knows, they like to know when they're halfway through their workout. All right, we got 5 seconds here, guys. 2, 1, and rest. All right, take 20 seconds rest, and then we're moving back into our kettlebell swings. We've got 10 seconds here. A little bit of time to catch our breath before moving into our next movement. And 3, 2, 1, go ahead. I don't know if you guys can notice, but Matt is really focusing on his breathing while he's doing these movements. If we're finding we're having a hard time, maybe we're getting lightheaded, I can really help to focus on breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth just to regulate that breathing, keep our heart rate under control as we're doing these high intensity movements. Really nice job, guys. Just under 10 seconds here. Get those last few swings in or sit-ups and rest. All right, now we got 20 seconds rest. We're moving into our cardio piece at the top of the minute, and then we're gonna be into our final round. Then we got a little bit of extra credit for you guys. I believe we have some core work going on, and then you're free to go. You have finished your first HIIT boot camp. And go ahead. So we'll start with that cardio. Awesome job. Really good pace going. So let's try and keep a nice steady pace all the way through this workout. Just keep yourself moving through it. Focus on the breathing. Take that time during that 20-second rest. Catch your breath. Grab a sip of water. And just keep moving through it. You guys are doing so awesome. Great job with your breathing. So we got 5 seconds to go. 2, 1, and rest. All right, guys, so we are moving into the final round. We got 3 minutes to go. We're getting our sweat on. We're getting fatigued, but that's okay because we're in our final round. We're gonna give it our best shot. Maybe we move a little bit quicker than we did before, or we stick at the same pace. All cool, move at your own speed. And go ahead. Perfect, going with those goblet squats again, or our air squats, whatever your choice is. Awesome job. And as we're getting tired, just like Matt is doing, let's make sure we're keeping that chest nice and high. We're not bottoming out. We're not letting that weight pull us down. We want to be getting quality movements in. And that's why we have a coach here, because I can keep an eye on you. Also, our other coach, May Reed, who I will be taking over for during her maternity leave, we're here to keep an eye on you. Make sure you're moving safely and rest. Awesome. So our next movement is our kettlebell swings for the final time. We got about 5 seconds here, and we'll move into those kettlebell swings. And go ahead. Final round of kettlebell swings. Let's keep these nice quality movements, guys. We're doing our sit-ups. Remember that we're bringing our shoulders past our hip crease, reaching towards our toes, and keep that control on your way down from your sit-up. Very good. Remembering while we're doing these kettlebell swings, we want to do a little bit less of a squat and more of a hinge with our hips, if we can. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, guys, we're moving into our final minute. We have about 15 seconds rest, and then we're gonna get our last bit of cardio in here. So we got 10 seconds, and we'll go ahead with that cardio, all right? How you feeling, Matt?
Good.
Good? Still feeling good,
Yeah.
Awesome. So we got 2 seconds, and go ahead. Awesome job. Really happy that you guys are all keeping a nice steady pace. Almost there, guys. Let's finish strong with our last minute of this workout. Awesome job, Matt. We got about 5 seconds left, guys. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, take a second, catch your breath. Matt, you did so awesome. If you want to grab a sip of water, go ahead, and I'll let you guys know what we're going to be doing for our extra credit. So, for our extra credit, just let me take a look here what I got for you. So we're going to be doing hollow rocks. Of course, like in every class, I will show you what a hollow rock is. Whether you're new or you've been to this class a million times, we're still going to show you because everybody has things to work on. Maybe we forget a movement or we're brand new, we don't know what it is. You're never going to be lost in boot camp. We've got you. So, extra credit, we're doing hollow rocks. We're going to do 4 rounds of 15 hollow rocks. So I'll show you guys what this looks like. And just like our workout, we're going to have built-in rest. So we're going to be taking a 30 to 60 second rest between reps. So for our hollow rocks, we're coming onto the ground. We're going to lay on our back. All right, we're bringing those legs up to a 90-degree angle, pointing those toes. We're going to lift our upper body up. See how my shoulders are off the ground. My chin is tucked. My hands are here. Now what I want you to focus on is reaching. We're reaching with those hands towards our feet. We're crunching that core because I can lay here like this. I look like I'm doing a hollow hold. I'm not. I feel nothing. My core is not engaged. When I'm reaching, my core is engaged. You can feel that. And then we're just gonna rock. All right? So getting that extra bit of a core burner in there. We're doing our rock. Keep reaching towards those toes. Keeping our shoulders off the floor. Keeping that chin tucked. All right? So, Matt and everyone at home, I'll get you just to try out that position. See how it feels. So we're coming onto our back. Legs at a 90-degree angle, perfect. Pointing those toes. We're gonna lift our shoulders off the ground, tucking our chin, and we're just like that, perfect. So focusing on kind of pulling those hands forward. So almost like we're, yeah, perfect. And then just get a rock in there. Now, if we do have a sore back, say rocking on our tailbone doesn't work, don't worry about it. We're gonna do plank holds. Awesome job, Matt. So I'll just quickly show you what a plank hold is. For our plank hold, we can do this from our hands or our forearms. I prefer forearms because I think it's easier on the wrists. I do get sore wrists. If you're on a hard floor, I like from forearms. So for our plank hold, we're coming onto the ground. We're gonna have our elbows stacked under our shoulder, our toes, and we're just lifting our pelvis up. So we're completely off the ground besides our toes and our forearms. I'm in a nice solid line. Don't do this. Don't stick that butt up. You're not getting any core activation doing that. Keeping that straight line, all right, guys? So that is our alternate movement. But if we're doing hollow rocks, we'll get going with our 4 rounds of 15. So if you guys are ready to get moving with Matt, we'll come down to the ground. We're going to do our 15 hollow rocks. So lifting into that 90-degree angle, reaching for our toes so we have that core nice and engaged, tucking that chin, and just rock. 2, 3, good, 4. Awesome job, Matt. These look really good. 12. And we got one more in there, Matt. 15, perfect. So now, once we get those 15 in, let's take a 30 to 60 second rest, catch our breath, give our core a second. Yeah, just take that time with our rest there. Or we're doing our planks. So, with our extra credit today, we're building up our core stability again. So just like we did with our kettlebell swings, we're bracing our core so we're not falling forward and letting that weight control us. We have that core nice and braced, almost like we're just keeping it tight, you know. When we're doing that, we're working on our core stability. So having a stable core decreases our risk of back pain. It improves our posture, and it can help make our workouts even more effective. Okay. Just a little bit of a background and reason to why we're doing these movements, guys. So Matt, if you want to go ahead and everyone at home with our next set of 15 hollow rocks. Very nice, guys. Almost there. And then we're halfway through our extra credit. So taking another 30 to 60 second rest after that rep. And then we're gonna do 2 more sets and then we're all done. So once we're ready to go again, you guys can go ahead. Just to give you guys a little brief about boot camp, we do run Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 5 to 5:30. You can do a monthly membership, or if you would like, you can try drop-in. We would love to meet you guys, or even if you're a current member, like check us out, do an extra class, why not? It's a fun, effective 30-minute workout. Awesome job, Matt. So right now, guys, if you watch this as soon as it's posted, we are currently virtual, which is kind of cool because you can do these workouts right from home. We just come right to you. So yeah, if you're not from the area and you want to check us out online, that's awesome too. If you can't make it to boot camp, maybe 5 to 5:30 doesn't work for you, I also offer personal training. So you can email me at emma@degreefitnessseaforth.com. We can set up a no sweat intro and see what would work best for you. All right, Matt is moving on to his final set. Good. As we're getting tired, we're not letting those shoulders go. We're keeping that core nice and tight, reaching for those toes, keeping those shoulders off the ground. All right, are we all done, Matt?
Yep, all done.
Awesome. All right, how'd it feel? How are you feeling?
Felt really good.
Felt good? Awesome. Well, I hope you all enjoyed your workout from home. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you all in class or again next time we do a workout.